Guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be showing you guys how to make carne en su jugo estilo Jalisco. My family is from Jalisco, so I grew up eating this. My mom used to make this all the time, and it's one of my favorite dishes to make, and I'm going to be showing you guys how to make it. So to get started, we are going to be using tomatillos. Here I have 8 tomatillos, and just so you know how it looks like, that's how a tomatillo looks like. You just gotta remove the skin, and you gotta make sure you always wash the tomatillo because I'm not sure if you could see through the camera, but it usually has dirt and just comes with a lot of stuff. So you just want to go ahead and remove the skin and make sure you wash your tomatillos. Here I have 2 chile serranos. With 2 chile serranos, you should be fine. It should not be too spicy. It should just give it a perfect taste. If you want to go ahead and use less, you could go ahead and just use 1 so it wouldn't come out too spicy. Here I have a handful of cilantro. And for my green onions, I'm not going to use them for the sauce. I will be showing you guys how to use it later. What I'm going to be doing is for my bacon, after I'm done cooking my bacon, I'm going to go ahead and add the green onions just so it gives it a better taste. So like that, for our sauce, we don't have to add onion just so we don't overpower and it tastes too much like onion. I love onion, but I just don't like it to taste too much like onion, so I'll be showing you guys how to do that. And next we are going to be using, here I have about 1.5 pounds of espaldilla de res, which is beef shoulder clawed steak, I believe. You should go ahead and rewind back and you'll be able to see what it's called exactly. You could use any type of meat, just make sure it's beef. It could be milanesa, just so it tastes this type of meat I prefer because it's very soft and it just comes out very good. It's not too dry. It's just perfect. So next we are going to be using bacon. I have a whole packet of bacon. Just want to make sure you cut them into strips or into cubes is fine. The bacon as well, you just got to make sure that it doesn't, you don't cut them too small because the bacon does shrink and we do not want that. So just make sure you cut them into strips or cubes, whichever you prefer, not too big, not too small, but that should be fine. And for your last ingredients that you will be using once everything is done cooking, this is for garnishment, so you're going to be using beans. Just make sure you go ahead and cook beans ahead of time, just so when everything's done, everything would be perfect done. So here I have Peruano beans. You could use any type of beans you prefer. I love using Peruano beans, so you could go ahead and use pinto beans or Peruano, whichever you prefer. It just, to me, just feel like it tastes so much better. So just once everything is done cooking, you're just going to go ahead and add your beans into your bowl, and then you can go ahead and add your bacon with your meat and the sauce all together on top, and then you could garnish with cilantro and onion and a splash of lime, and I promise you it's going to be so delicious. Okay, so here I already have my pan hot. I'm going to add very little oil. There, that should be fine. You don't need, it's just like a little drop of oil. And I'm gonna go ahead and start adding my tomatillos and my chiles. And I'm gonna go ahead and add just one, just so it could get a taste and mixed with everything. And this one I'm gonna save it and I'm gonna add it on after my bacon is done cooking. I'm gonna go ahead and add our bacon. Okay, and here our tomatillos pretty much look almost done. What I like to do is just sometimes add very little water, just so it doesn't get too stuck and start getting a mixture. So these look about almost done. You see how one looks more greener and one looks like that type of color? We want to get them like this type of color. So we're waiting for them to get from this dark green to like a lighter green color, like an olive type of color. Okay, so our next step, I'm going to go ahead and start adding my tomatillos. And my chile and a handful of cilantro. And here I have about a cup of water. We can always add extra water if we need to. And we're going to go ahead and add a handful of salt. Add a little bit more. You shouldn't have to really worry about the salt or the water because we will be tasting later. Okay, so our bacon is already getting nice and toasted. This is how we should have it, how it's supposed to look like. Our salsa is already done, so we're just waiting until our meat is done so we can go ahead and add everything together. So this is perfect. This is the type of how our bacon is supposed to look like. So we're going to go ahead and remove our bacon. We're going to set it aside, and then we are going to add our green onion. You want to toast them just so it gets that flavor. So I'm going to go ahead and remove this one since it's already nice and toasted. I'm going to remove this one, and I'm going to go ahead and add it once my meat is cooked. So I'm going to go ahead and remove it. Lower the heat. I accidentally had it on high heat, so let's put it to medium heat. And the meat is going to cook in the bacon grease, and then the meat itself is going to start releasing its own juice. That's why it's called carne and jugo, which in English means meat in its own juice. So that's pretty much what we're waiting for the meat to do. So we're going to go ahead and start seasoning as well. We are going to add salt. Remember, like I said in my previous post, to add very little at first, seasoning or water, just because I never want anything to come out too salty or too watery. So I always like to put very little at first, and then once the meat starts cooking, I could taste it and I could see if it needs anything else. And like that, my food will never come out too salty, or if I add juice, like a sauce, it never comes out too watery. It's just so your food doesn't get ruined. It's something I personally like to do myself, and I feel like it helps. It makes cooking a little bit much easier, so much easier. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and let this cook. We want it to cook all the way and let the meat release its juices. Okay, so here we had our meat. So pretty much you see how it started releasing its own juice. That's what we want. And now I'm just going to taste, see if it needs any salt. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and re-add my tomatoes. And then just mix everything together. And I'm going to begin adding my bacon. And our sauce. We're going to go ahead and mix everything and then just let it simmer for a few minutes. Okay, so after a few minutes, this is how our carne and su jugo is supposed to look like. Okay, and now it is ready to serve. Oh my gosh, I can't wait to eat this. Okay, and this is your final look. This is how the carne en su jugo is supposed to look like. It is so delicious. You add your cilantro, your onion, you have your bacon, your beans, your meat, your green onion, and serrano if you want it more spicy. And I assure you, you are going to love this. It is so delicious. I want you guys to try it. It's one of my favorite dishes to make, so enjoy.